Unfortunately, we have to go to the root. We have to go to the cause. Dealing with the condition itself is not enough.
Dear Mr. Massa, I'm just trying to mind my own business. What's the matter? It's just another day, another black king captured. I'm about to lose my brain, stuck inside this ghetto rapture. I got a lot of smoke. If you want it, you can have it. They want a hat trick, but this is black girl magic. Ain't talking about the kind that'll make you disappear, but I'm talking about the power of the melanin within. Ain't looking for trouble, but I'ma say this one time. I put 2 dukes up if you try to touch mine. We still want justice for Samir and Trayvon. You say you don't see color, but racism ain't blind. They targeting little kids whose skin look just like mine. So I'm paranoid, it's a war zone outside. And I'm a black queen, so if you ask me to step out of my car, you gon' have to snatch me. Cause I ain't going no damn well. Had to spend my whole life living unfair. Ancestors got my back and they right here. You can never understand, it's a nightmare. Living in my black shoes by the black rules. You can keep your handshake, I don't dap coons. The white man that go nuts if he can't shoot. But you all on his side like a damn fool. Make it make sense.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
We are exploited. We are downtrodden.
Make it make sense.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation
Queen.
away from us or aside from us is come together
Queen.
against the common enemy. Who taught you to hate the texture of your
Ahmadiyyah.
hair? Who taught you to hate the color of your skin?
Ahmadiyyah.
Parents, pay attention to the books, the school system, even to your little children. Lies mixed with wisdom. His skin too bright, so he was blind to the prison. My skin just right, so I collide with division. You trying to pray to God, but we tired of religion. No savior saving, we got to save our savings. We used to pay miss, how we gon' make the slave rich? But who's to blame, and tell me why you complaining? We need a team effort just to rule the nation. Like a bad relationship, missing communication. We missing moderation. They're trying to get a poison to my population. No reparations. I'm getting tired of Satan.
We are oppressed.
Queen.
I'm getting tired of waiting.
We are downtrodden.
Queen.
We are denied not only civil rights, but even human rights.
Ahmadiyyah.
So the only way we're going to get some of this
Ahmadiyyah.
oppression and exploitation.
Queen.
In my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunsa. You ain't here for my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations. America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all in Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get mad. So nefarious how they don't want my pockets with cheddar. I tell them they can do better. These snakes in the grass can leave a bite on your ass, cause y'all be trusting too fast. I got my foot on the gas, other one on their necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat.
This is the sound of Kendrick Lamar.
It's a cut on the gas, other one on their necks. Dropping receipts on haters, you better show some respect. I'm never facing regrets, we only facing the threat. Running through every challenge like a relay, break no sweat. It's a cold game, so I got that blanket with me. Now that my people awaken, ain't no going to sleep. I do not play by my piece, this time I'm playing for keeps. You talking slick, but when I see you like them ends, we gon' meet. And I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen, why they hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans, and I got gold all in my skin, God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done.
The thing though, here's what people don't know. Look. Drake dropped Family Matters, right? That was his bomb. That was like his nuke, the red button right there. He even dropped a music video for it. I'm talking about he crushed a Good Kid, Mad City, man. He was like, I'm done. I'm going on vacation after this, bro. Escúchame, mami. I'm trying to tell you. ¿A quién? Yeah, you, listen. So he dropped that, right? He was like, yo, I'm going on vacation after this. ¿Verdad? Ni una hora pasó. Kendrick, mami. Un demonio es.
¿Quién es Kendrick?
Kendrick Lamar.
Lamar.
Kendrick Lamar.
La maldita será. Porque yo no
Mommy, I'm not playing. Listen, Kendrick Lamar drops Meet the Grams not even 1 hour after Family Matters dropped. Ya nadie estaba poniendo la atención a Family Matters. Now they all listening to Meet the Grams. ¿Y qué es Meet the Grams? Una vaina.
¿Quién es gran, Andy?
Meet the Grams. Escucha, shit got real spooky once that dropped. I'm talking about real Halloween Town Michael Myers shit, bro. Like, people don't even understand how sinister, like, Kendrick was in the cave writing this shit, bro, with blood. Mami, escúchame, ma, I'm trying to tell you. So, ya, Kendrick dijo eso. Ya todo el mundo, he, like, changed the whole vibe of the rap battle now, because now it's not even, like, friendly and funny no more. Like, now Kendrick talking about some real evil, real nasty, spooky shit. Hablando.
I didn't know, but now I know. No, we need your black card back. We don't want to hear you say nigga no more. We need your black card back.
The culture is sacred, and that's all I'm going to say. So you can come to the cookout,
But you can't eat a plate. You have exceeded
your nigga credit limit.
your black
Card has been revoked. 'Cause we can tolerate ya,
But we don't want to hear you say nigga no
Hello, everyone. Thanks for tuning back in once again to the original Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur show. I'm your host, Queen Ahmadiyyah Shakur, and this is your morning wake-up call. So as you're coming in, please feel free to go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Okay, let's get the lights up, beloved. Y'all have to forgive my tardiness. I had too much going on. Okay, and so don't forget to like and share this video. Also, don't forget to follow me on Instagram at Dr._A_Shakur, TikTok at Dr.A_Shakur, and Twitter at DGoddess27. And as per usual, if you don't like what the Queen is cooking, you already know what to do. All right. Hello, 504 Nola, that Crazy Beach Aries, James Allen in the house, Charlene, Wavy Doe, Buckhorse DC, Laverne, Jarnell, Desmond is in here. All hell no. All right, let's get into it. Al Rich, Queen Sam, Jamal, Shalvi is here. Juju B, Derek. Okay. Shout out to my moderators putting in work. I see you, Khalid. More So Knowledge TV is here. Above all that drama. Okay. D Lovely Tangi is here. Brutha said he sounds like he's narrating a Marvel comic. Okay. And his mother was not paying him any attention. Okay. Bronze Fat Power God, Tangi is here. Deronda. Okay. Shout out to everyone in the chat. Y'all know I love me some royals. So let's get into it. Now we have 3 lives back to back today. It's so much information. I couldn't do it all on one live. Okay. At least the first 2 lives. I couldn't do them all. We have a live on the backup channel. Next, we're going to be talking about Diddy, okay? Because Diddy don't even think about it. All right. And his son, Christian, King Combs. It's all the nefarious. Okay, so let's talk about it. Now, Drake has officially lost the rap battle. We already know that. But what else is new? Here's the thing. Drake definitely needs his black card taken back, but I have to blame us. You see, this is all our fault because we gave it to him in the first place. Drake should never have been given a pass. He should never have been allowed to come and try to usurp our culture. All right? Because Drake is a whole plant as far as I'm concerned. And for anyone disagreeing with that, let's just remember the video that I showed you all days ago. Okay, and I'm going to go back to that video because here's the thing. For far too long, everyone, specifically the music industry and the powers that shouldn't be, that are in control of the music industry, the ones who own the labels, the ones who reap all of the benefits, even though they're talentless. Okay, our people and other musicians, not just our people, other races of people too, but all of the artists collectively in the industry are the ones with the talent. Whether you're a writer, producer, a singer, or whatever, a rapper, these people are the ones with the talent. But specifically, as it pertains to people who look like me, there are other people who make a whole lot more off of them, okay, and who steal from them, who take their publishing and do all sorts of nefarious things. Now, with that all being said, this is why I was telling you guys about the beef with Drake and Kendrick, when people were saying, oh, UMG's trying to get them to stop it. They're never going to stop a beef. Okay, they don't care if they kill each other because they're still going to get paid regardless. And for anybody that doubts my assessment of the situation, Cat Williams pretty much said the same thing. Okay, Cat told us how it really goes down and who really reaps the benefits and rewards. All right, and here's the thing. Most importantly, we created the culture. Okay, we are the heartbeats of the music industry, spanning across all genres of music. And why do you think that people like Michael Jackson, Whitney Houston, Prince, and others, even people who can't speak English fluently, can sing the words to their songs? How does this happen? That's because music is the universal language. Okay, and with that all being said, we dominate that with our talents. And so other people always try to find a way so they can get what is rightfully ours. All right, and please pay attention, because you have some people who look like us, like Diddy, who start to do the same thing that other people do. And by other people, I mean those who don't look like us, who are running things. Let's not also forget that when I was talking about Drake the other day, I showed you all the video of Kanye West talking about his baby daddy, Lucien, and how Lucien would give him anything he wanted, okay? And why is that? It's not because Drake is one of us, because he's not one of us. It's because Drake is one of them. That's why, okay? And this video should serve as a reminder that he's not one of us, and I showed this to you before, but let's just revisit.
Yo, so let's talk about you being Jewish real quick.
Let's do that.
Because a lot of people think that, like, Asher's Jewish.
Right.
He's not. His dad's Jewish. He doesn't really identify. All loves to Jews, but he's not Jewish.
Yeah.
You, on the other hand...
But he wasn't there. He didn't read his portion, first of all.
You didn't have a bar mitzvah.
Come on. Are you serious?
You had a... Hold on, ladies and gentlemen. Just tell... You don't understand how big you're about to be in the Jew world right now.
You don't understand how big it is.
Yo,
First of all, I live in an all-Jewish area. So
Where?
I went
Where is
to
that?
Forest Hill.
Okay.
I went to a predominantly Jewish school growing up. I definitely had a bar mitzvah in an Italian restaurant, mind you.
My lord.
Yeah.
A nice Italian restaurant?
A very nice Italian restaurant. The song of the night was Backstreet Boys' I Want It That Way.
You are younger than me.
Yeah.
I forget about that.
Yeah, man, I was in there. I was in synagogue. I had my yarmulke on.
Hebrew school, the whole nine? You did? No Hebrew school?
I cheated. I didn't really.
So you just did that? No. Your
Your
parents are nice.
Yeah.
So they let you do the bar mitzvah without. So your mom's Jewish.
My mother is Jewish, and we have great Jewish dinners like Rosh Hashanah and Yom Kippur.
First text message you ever sent me. Good Shabbos.
Yep, good Shabbos.
He kept it real.
Yep.
Have you gotten approached yet by like the Jewish media yet?
No, I haven't gotten approached by the Jewish media, but somebody today, who I won't mention, was like, you know how big you're gonna be? And I was like,
wait, was that me 5 minutes ago? I remember saying that.
Somebody's like, you know how big you're gonna be? And he's like, this has never happened before. It's like every Jew is going to just like really embrace.
Well, here's the thing. There are Jews like my dad who like cling to like the biggest reaches.
Yeah.
Like, you know who's Jewish? Matt Damon. I'm like, no, he's not, Dad. He's definitely not Jewish. And like people reach, and the fact.
Okay, I want you all to pay attention to that, because Drake said that they were telling him how big he's going to be and how all these people are going to embrace him. You see, that's why Drake can get a $400 million record deal, a record deal bigger than even Michael Jackson and Prince and Whitney Houston, who were 10 times more talented than him. Far more talented than him. That's how he can do that. And the thing is, when you think about it, Drake raps about our culture. Okay, he raps about our culture. He talks about our culture, but he never raps about his. Okay, please pay attention. All right, that's what he doesn't do. You hear him rapping about our culture, but in that interview, what was he doing? He was bragging about his. He was glad to say it. He was gloating almost. But when he hits that stage in front of all of those millions of fans, who's he acting like? He's acting like us. You see, Drake is none other than the talented Mr. Ripley on steroids. Okay, that's who he is. Okay, he has tried to take over our culture. I told you, he's tried to colonize hip hop. And the industry and people like Lucian Grange have allowed him and funded him and aided and abetted him in doing so. And why would they do this? Well, that's because Drake can pretend to be one of us, okay? Because his father is actually one of us. So he can pretend to be one of us, but also he can still reap the benefits of his Jewish privilege. Okay, so please pay attention. And you see, the thing of it is, throughout the music industry, they have always tried to get other people to replace us. Now, let's start at the beginning. Let's talk about people like Elvis. Now, they call Elvis the king of rock and roll, when we all know that the kings of rock and roll are actually Little Richard and Chuck Berry. That's who are the kings of rock and roll, but they gave that title to Elvis. Okay? Elvis mimics Black people, their singing, their dancing, and everything. And at the end of the day, that's all that Drake is doing. He's doing the same thing. Okay, this is nothing old. This is nothing new. This is a tale as old as time. At the end of the day, they've tried to replace us with white artists, Hispanic, Canadian, even AI. Okay, they have Asian people that are now, mimicking Black singers and all of that. So they always are constantly trying to replace us in genres of music that we created and then that we pioneered, but at the same time trying to exclude us from different genres of music. Okay, like how they don't want Beyonce in country, but aren't we the ones that pioneered country music? But this is how it goes. They want to exclude us from country, Southern rock, all of these different bluegrass music and all of this, while continuously getting people like Drake to infiltrate and steal the culture. That's what this is. And this is exactly why I told you that the battle between Drake and Kendrick was far more than just a rap battle. It was a cultural reckoning. Okay, so please pay attention. Now, here's the thing too. Drake mimics other artists. Okay, one artist specifically that I believe that he has tried to pattern himself off of is Diddy. Okay, he's tried to pattern himself off of Diddy, doing all of the lavish parties that Diddy has been doing, that Diddy's famous for. Diddy's known for throwing these extravagant parties, especially his all white parties. And then Drake, he's now known for doing these extravagant dinner parties. Okay, he rents out arcades and all of that. So let's talk about it. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. Thank you in advance. Now listen to this. Okay, what do you do when you win the Artist of the Decade honor at the Billboard Music Award? You throw yourself a lavish dinner in a 70,000 capacity stadium, of course. When Drake celebrates something, he usually does it big. And so the rapper rented out the new SoFi Stadium in Inglewood, California, where he hosted an intimate dinner on the 50-yard line. Variety reported that The Weeknd, SZA, DJ Khaled, and Doja Cat were some of the guests invited to dine with Drake in the otherwise empty stadium. Now, according to sources, the dinner featured huge champagne towers and several bars set up throughout the stadium, as well as a banner hanging in the rafters reading, "Congratulations, Drake, Artist of the Decade." He's Artist of the Decade. I just want you all to pay attention. Now, Drake does have some talent, but let's not forget that his songs are written predominantly by other people. And at the end of the day, I think labeling him as Artist of any decade is absolutely inaccurate. Now, that's just my assessment. And so Drake also had album books featuring his favorite moments through his career set up around the stadium. And a lavish celebration befitting the champagne poppy, but it's not every day the artist goes all out for his wins. Okay, so for one of the most awarded artists of all time, Drake, the Artist of the Decade honor specifically stands out. In his Billboard speech, he explained, saying that I rarely ever celebrate anything. And just for anyone watching this wondering what happened, that's really the answer. It's being so unaware how you're getting it done that you just keep going in the hopes of figuring out the formula. Okay, so he says he rarely celebrates anything. Well, I don't believe that, because for one, he also would go as far as to rent out Dave and Buster's, which is interesting considering that I told you all about how the young girls were twerking in there. But he would literally rent out these Dave and Buster venues, okay, so he can have these parties and invite all these people that he wants in there and all of that. And not only this, he has the arrogance as Diddy. Okay, he's been accused of assault and grooming younger people just like Diddy. So, and remember, he's friends with Diddy. He was on the yacht, allegedly, when Christian is accused of having assaulted Grace. Okay, so please pay attention. Why is he always hanging around Diddy? Even after Diddy punched him. Okay, do you all remember when Diddy punched him? Once in the chat, somebody call it Drake's Buster, not David Buster, okay? Once in the chat, if you all remember when Diddy supposedly punched Drake over assault. Let's talk about that in a second. Tisha says they stole country music, rock and roll, and tried to use Adele to steal R&B from black folks. Black folks need to stop selling out what they created, as if we're not good enough to own anything. Great. Yes, absolutely. And so here's the thing. I'm glad you brought that up, beloved, because that's absolutely the case. All right. That is absolutely the case. And why do you think they do that? You see, I'm going to tell you why they do it. And then let's not forget that just recently, they literally compared Taylor Swift to Michael Jackson. I'm sorry, what? They compared Taylor Swift to Michael Jackson, which I think is an insult. I'm not saying she isn't talented, but she's nowhere near the level of talent of a Michael Jackson. Okay, that's crazy. Michael Jackson had global appeal, okay, spanning through all different types of people, races, and ethnic groups. Taylor Swift, not so much, because I don't know anybody that looks like me, you know, that just listens to Taylor Swift, okay, has that bumping in the car, that's listening to it and wanting that played in the club. I don't know anyone that does. Now, I'm sure there are some people that do, but what I'm saying is she doesn't reach across all ethnic and racial groups, in my opinion, and she definitely is not on the talent or skill set of anyone like Michael Jackson, Prince, or even Whitney Houston, okay? And now, so when you say that they stole music from us, country music and all of these things, and our people need to stop selling out, absolutely. But you see, they do these things because they don't want it ever to be said that someone who looks like me, an African-American, a descendant of slaves, is the best of anything, specifically things that they want to take over. Okay, you see, that's why you have these accusations against people like Bill Cosby come out. You see, that's why they take down R. Kelly. Even though R. Kelly has done the things that he's done, that does not, in my opinion, take away from his talent. Okay, that does not take away his talent. And then remember how they stopped streaming R. Kelly's music and all of that. All of these streaming platforms stopped streaming his music. But did they take Harvey Weinstein's movies off the shelf? Did they do any of those things? Of course not. But never let it be said that a black person, a descendant of slaves in this country, was ever the best in history at anything. That's what they don't want. You see, that's why they compare people like Taylor Swift to Michael Jackson. Okay, they want to take the titles that Michael had, acquired while he was here. Okay, they don't want Michael Jackson to be known throughout history as the king of pop. All right, so this is what they do. And they couldn't let Chuck Berry or Little Richard be known as the king of rock and roll. That has to go to somebody who looks like them, even though the people who look like them that get these titles have copied it from us. It wasn't natural. They weren't born that way. They just simply mimicked what our artists have always done naturally. That's how that goes. Okay, and so please pay attention. And that's exactly why I say that Drake is none other than another Mr. Ripley. For those of you who saw the movie The Talented Mr. Ripley, okay, remember how the guy was trying to take over these people's lives? He wanted to have what they had, wanted to be who they were, and all of that. He would do anything and everything to stop at nothing to do it. That's Drake. Drake just sat there and proudly talked about his culture, and there's nothing wrong with that. He should be proud of his culture. But what he wants to do is be proud of his culture and then demean our culture and at the same time profit off of it. Okay, that's what he wants to do. At the end of the day, And Michael Jackson's numbers would be even bigger now with the way it works now. Exactly, with all the streaming and all of that. Okay? So anyway, I'm going to let you all hear from Cat Williams in a second. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. As a matter of fact, I think I'm going to play that now because as I told you all, Cat Williams pretty much talked about the industry. Okay, he exposed in an interview the industry, and I'm not going to show the video because I don't have permission. So I'm going to put an overlay on the screen and let you all hear this. I don't have an overlay. I don't have an overlay of Drake, I don't think. Let me see. Okay, I'll get that in a second. But let's talk about Kendrick. Now, as I told you all days ago, UMG is profiting off of Kendrick and Drake. And even though Kendrick is only signed to a publishing deal with them, but the thing is, Drake may be their biggest selling artist, but Kendrick, they call Kendrick one of the best lyricists ever. Okay? So he's very beneficial to them as well. And like I said, these rap beefs, the record labels, if no one else profits off of it, they will. Okay, so Kendrick Lamar signs exclusive deal with Universal Music Publishing. The rapper was previously signed to Warner Chappell Music Publishing. All right, so here's what they say. While the rapper was previously signed to another publishing deal, the new deal may hint at the release of his long-awaited fourth album. A new release would be the rapper's first since 2017. Now, this is an article from 2020. Kendrick Lamar is not only, now this is what someone at UMG said. Kendrick Lamar is not only one of the greatest lyricists that has ever lived, okay, but he has done as much or more than any artist to promote much needed change in our society through music. This is what UMPG chairman and CEO Jody Gerson said about the deal that they gave Kendrick. Now, UMPG, that's Universal Music Group's publishing division. Okay, so Jody goes on to say that I and my colleagues at UMPG are deeply honored to be afforded the opportunity to join Kendrick Anthony Top Dog Tiffith and the TDE family to help forward his unique and important vision. Now, TDE CEO Anthony Top Dog Tiffith said that he and Lamar were excited for the new partnership with Jody Gerson and UMPG, adding that Gerson fought to make this deal happen. Now, after his last studio album, Damn, Lamar most recently curated, executive produced, and appeared on much of the original track. So with that all being said, Kendrick is equally as valuable to them. All right. See, some people would say, well, you know, they don't want their cash cow to be called a PDF file. Well, like I told you all days ago, do you think they knew that Kendrick was going to come out and say that? Of course not. But once he did it, and they saw how the streaming escalated, okay, to millions of streams globally, they didn't care. At the end of the day, they didn't try to stop this. If anything, they wanted to encourage it. Okay, so let's listen to Cat Williams and what he has to say about all of this. And let me put up my copyright disclaimer. Likes up, everyone. Please like and share. Thank you in advance. Copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Allowance is made for fair use for purposes such as criticism, comment, news reporting, teaching, scholarship, education, and research. Fair use is a use permitted by copyright status that might otherwise be infringing. Okay, so likes up, everyone. Please like and share. I'm not going to put up an overlay because I don't feel like making one right now.
And they didn't know. And then the police asked the victim, and he said, and so then the police just didn't arrest him. Is that how the police work? Have we ever heard of anything like that in our time? Of course not. No.
So Will Smith, Chris Rock, you watch that. What do you think? How do you digest it?
I am in the production business. I understand what is worth doing for ratings. I understand what is worth doing when the industry is canceling one black guy. I know what happens when they are going to elevate another. And I know what happens when they don't care about either of them. This is how quarterbacking go. So the question is, hey, your quarterback just got sacked. Did we know we was fin to sack your quarterback? We absolutely did. It was a play, buddy. We've been rehearsing it, working it out, making sure that at some point, when you get to this level, we can make sure we knock you from a $20 million man to putting in the news that people won't hire you no more and your career is done. Yeah.
So you're saying it was a setup?
You can do all of that.
You saying it was?
I'm saying that everything that happens in a business that's based off of pretend that seems like a setup is.
Everything that happens in a business. Everything that happens in a business that's based off of pretend, that seems like a setup is.
Yes. What I'm saying is if Jussie Smollett and Lee Daniels for a living make stories that are not real and they make them so good that people believe them and buy them and that's what business they're in, why would you think it would be weird if they flipped out and said a story that turned out to not be true?
Why? Why would we think that if they are capable of doing that for a living?
That's what they do for a living. They do that 300 episodes. Is take something fictitious and make it seem real. That's the business. Why would you?
I don't
understand that.
But I don't think Will was.
There's not very many mistakes.
I don't think Will was pretending in that moment. Either. I thought he was having a nervous breakdown in front of us.
Well, here's the thing. For Will to be having a nervous breakdown, for it to affect him like that, this is collaborative. So when Will Smith speaks, Will Smith is not the giant that he is solely on the merits of Will Smith or his family. There are 300 corporations that are a part of the Will Smith business operation. That is the $20 million a movie mega thing that Will Smith represents. And if you are the people that are in business with him, when you decide that you gonna do something, you can do it too. So these circumstances are not, we see them as, oh, this is why he said something about his wife and then he got mad and jeopardized his career. And then the other guy had to decide what he was going to do with his career. And then no, we have to understand that these are two giants in our field if you're a Black person.
Correct.
This is two guys too big and too good to be involved in what they're in. That would make sense if it's me and Michael Blackson slapping each other. not Will Smith and Chris Rock. Okay. These are when two large boulders come together and you can't see Chris Rock winning at all. He's humiliated. If you were going to slap a comedian, he was the number one to slap, head of the coons, so slappable. And if you're going to slap him, you just need the greatest guy, the bestest guy, the one who's shown us him being on his best behavior since the 90s. That guy is the one that will have to slap him in order for the type of ratings we need and attention to be on this thing. See, what I'm saying is, in business, nothing is coincidental, or you would be hearing who's losing money. In all of these situations, it's only the artist that's losing. Somebody makes big money. When these rappers get killed, not incidental. Somebody made $100 million and now don't have to talk to that artist or none of their crew. Don't have to validate none of their contracts. Now only got to deal with the mama. Only got to see her once a year, and it's over. And the money goes up and up and up. So they killed this $20 million guy, but they reaped $60 million in benefits.
Wow!
And they had some people from your city do it.
Wow!
I'm saying that.
Okay, so no lies detected, and that's what I'm trying to tell you guys. UMG didn't lose a dime; they made money. Okay, and they will continue to do so. And even if the beef had continued, they would still have continued. And here's the thing. Drake, in my opinion, all of that stuff that supposedly happened at his house, to me, Drake just had all of that stuff happen. That was just Drake behind it. Not UMG. Drake did those things himself. And that's just what I think. Now, at the end of the day, I'm still curious as to why we've not received an update on the status of the security guard who was supposedly shot. I'm just interested. And why they have not released any footage, even if it's grainy or not, because that's the excuse they tried to use prior. So I just find it all very interesting. But let's go back and revisit when Diddy punched Drake about the face, okay? And then later lied about it and said he didn't do it. Diddy punched Drake over a song. Now, this was reported in 2014 by TMZ. You know, TMZ has ways of finding out inside information. Although I don't believe everything they say, because sometimes I believe they're paid to paint narratives. Now, according to our sources, the song that sparked the fight was 0 to 100, the Catch Up, which was just nominated for the Grammys, Best Rap Performance and Best Rap Song. Diddy assaulted Drake early Monday morning because of a feud over a song. Now, as we reported, Diddy punched Drake at Live nightclub in Miami Beach, and we're told that it was because Diddy felt disrespected by the rapper. And now we know why. And please pay attention. This I believe this absolutely happened. Like I said, even though Diddy denied it, but I showed you all a video months ago how Diddy was dressed as the Joker on from Batman, and how he got into it with that actor who plays on 50 Cent's show, one of the Power trilogies or one of those. But anyway, how he went off on that young man and he felt like he was being disrespected. Okay? And then he started laughing afterward. But this is what Diddy does. Now, our sources say producer Boy Ida had given both Diddy and Drake a song to record more than 8 months ago. We're told that Diddy sat on the song, which frustrated Drake because he wanted to record it. And so recently Drake recorded the song on his own and it did well, which pissed Diddy off. Okay, Diddy saw Drake at Live Monday for the first time since the song was released. Now, sources close to Diddy say that he confronted Drake, who just blew him off simply. And that's when Diddy said, "You'll never disrespect me again," and then punched him. We're told that Drake ended up at an ER because in the ruckus, he hit his shoulder and exasperated an old injury. He didn't have any old injury. Diddy effed him up, okay? Drake effed around and found out, okay? Wasn't no old injury. Please sit down somewhere. Now, here's Diddy's take on it, because Diddy said he didn't touch Drake. Did Diddy actually punch Drake over 0 to 100? Hear his side of the story. So let's talk about it. Now, for months now, we've been wondering about what exactly went down between Drake and Diddy. And you see, this is a good segue because we're going to be talking about Diddy and his nefarious son, Christian, a.k.a. King Combs, next. All right? So, says that Diddy punched Drake outside of a Miami nightclub in December. What really went down? Several reports indicated that Diddy assaulted the Toronto rapper after fighting over a song. But Diddy says that's not the case at all. So during an interview with Power 105.1, The Breakfast Club, he shot down those reports as untrue, even though Meek Mill made a reference to the incident on his Drake diss track called Wanna Know. He says, "I did not put hands on Drake. I do not want any problems with Drake. He's right now. That's all I have to say. He's putting in his work. I didn't do anything to Drake. Drake is my friend." It even sounds fraudulent. Okay, that even sounds like a lie. He did confirm, though, that their dispute was over Drake's hit song, 0 to 100. 0 to 100 was initially a record that was my record. This is what Diddy said. And then somehow that became just a misunderstanding because we were working with the same producers. Honestly, it was a misunderstanding. Honestly, Drake is actually my favorite rapper. As far as songwriting and albums, it's been like that for a couple of years. Now you know he's lying. He said Drake's his favorite rapper. As far as songwriting and albums, we all know Drake has ghostwriters, a team of them. In fact, Diddy said that he actually wanted Drake to ghostwrite some verses for him. Now y'all know Diddy is lying. How is Diddy sitting up here telling this loud with a straight face? I wonder if he was actually smiling when he said it or looking serious. He wanted Drake to ghostwrite for him when Drake has his own ghostwriters. What does Drake ever write? But let me continue. So he says he actually wanted him to ghostwrite for him. I find it all so interesting. Likes up, everyone, please like and share. And so goes on to say, it It was for him to ghostwrite for me. I feel like as an artist, your allegiance is also to the record, making the best record that you can. And sometimes you can be in the room with somebody that has a better idea than you, and you've got to be open to that. Look at Whitney Houston. She didn't really write any of her songs. I never apologized for any of that because I want the best record. Yeah, and you don't have the best talent, Diddy. And here's the thing. He cannot compare him getting someone to ghostwrite his rap lyrics to Whitney Houston saying she didn't write her own songs. How many R&B writers or R&B singers write their own songs? That's different, okay? And he knows that. Just being ridiculous. This tidbit is pretty interesting since we just watched Meek Mill and Drake publicly feud after the Philly rapper accused Drizzy of using ghostwriters for some of his recent works. And they knew he was BSing. He goes on to say, I really just stayed out of it and I was just listening to everything like everyone else, Diddy says. Meek is my boy. And at the end of the day, when it comes to this situation or these type of situations, it's all about the lyrics. This is not beef, and that's the beauty of it. This is really about skills. It's helpful to the game because it makes people think about more. It makes people think about more of what they're saying than what they're writing. Okay, and so I find it all interesting. But here's the thing. If, in fact, Diddy actually did want Drake to ghostwrite for him, that's wild to me. But if he's honestly serious that he actually told Drake to write for him on that song, what likely could have happened in that scenario is that Drake heard the track and he was supposed to write to it for Diddy, and then he liked the track and decided to keep it for himself. And that would definitely make someone like Diddy feel disrespected. Okay, please pay attention. And that's probably the gist of it. I find it all interesting. Truth Over Everything says, as Kendrick raps to Adonis in Meet the Grahams, Diddy allegedly golden showed Drake and Drake did nothing. Yes, exactly. Thank you, beloved, for pointing that out. For those of you who didn't catch that line, that's what Kendrick was talking about. The time that Diddy punched Drake. But Drake wants to go around here acting like he's a bully and trying to act like he's some Billy Bad Arts and all of that. Please, it's all an act. Okay, Drake is an industry plant and he always has been. All he is an actor masquerading as a rapper. I mean, you've seen the proof. I've shown you the receipts, how he can change his voice and all of that. He can talk in all types of different, accents and everything. But when he gets around people who look like me and he's on that stage, he tries to act like one of us and tries to talk like an African-American who's just grown up in the hood. I just want y'all to pay attention. Okay, anyway, so with that all being said, I'm going to conclude this broadcast and come right back with another one. We're going to talk about Christian Combs did a diss track for 50 Cent. What was he thinking? It's all crazy. So everyone please like and share. That's right, Nandy, cosplaying. Exactly. Okay. With that all being said, everyone please like and share, subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Be sure to click that notification bell and click the word all so you're notified each time the Queen Goddess goes live. Each one teach one. That's how we grow and thrive. Do something productive, constructive, but never destructive. And always remember to keep the Most High first in your lives. Peace.
Hey, yo, Nick, hit him with that flavor.
Soul all in my skin. God all in my blood, kings all in my circle. You touch one of mine and you're done. They show no love for the queen. Why you hating on me? Is it cause I'm free and I got Malcolm X in my jeans? I got dreams like King Luther, shed blood like Kunta. You ain't helping my people, I ain't got nothing to say to ya. I want all the smoke like hookah. Talking reparations, America won't be great until they give us compensation. I'm like, I'm the hottest right now. See a bunch of lames out here trying to jock on my style. They be doing too much. I'm the queen, it's too easy. It's like they all at Popeyes, how they be talking so greasy. I just sit back and laugh while these haters get madder. So nefarious.